How's it going? Thanks for joining me. If you're in the chat, say what's up. If not, just going to get started. Today, I want to talk about three main things. While I am starting, I think the title is in the reverse order that I want to go. Maybe not reverse order, but it's definitely not in the order that I'm going to do this. So let me get started with some local stuff here in the Bay Area because I think while people are trickling in, probably less relevant. Although I do think it's the funniest stuff. Um, Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go in order. I'm just gonna go in order. So the first thing I want to talk about is this story that I read or that I learned about. Basically, our friends down in Colombia, the country of Colombia, will be able to write off their weed as a prescription. So that's kind of cool. So mandatory insurance coverage for medical cannabis now expands to more than 50 million Colombians. This started on January 1st of this year, but starting on January 1st, 2022, every insurance provider in Colombia is now mandated to cover the cost of high and low THC medical cannabis prescriptions. So I don't know what's going on with the mid-shelf stuff, but you can get your prescriptions covered for top shelf and low shelf weed in Colombia. So that is definitely interesting. Although, I mean, it is private insurance that is doing this, but that's something something that does not occur here in the United States is being able to write off your medical cannabis and get, I guess, copays. I mean, imagine if you go to your doctor at Kaiser or any other private health insurance doctor that you go to, and he prescribes you top shelf weed, and you pay like the $20 copay for that top shelf weed. Now, if you've ever been to a dispensary, you know that the top shelf weed for an eighth is pretty expensive, with all of the taxes and the regulations and things like that. It's pretty expensive, but you cannot have your prescription. You cannot get your weed prescribed to you in the United States because weed, although it is legalized in many states for recreational and medical use, it's still under federal law illegal. So don't advocate for it, but you know. So a little bit more about this Colombian health insurance that now covers medical marijuana. Colombia has upwards of 6 million potential patients for medical cannabis products, and more than 95 or 97% of the population is covered with health insurance, as opposed to, I think, 70% of Americans in the United States have access to health. I mean, to at least private health care. In 2021, the company, I don't know what company it's talking about in this article. Creon Life Sciences Corporation, a vertically integrated medical cannabis leader with core operations in Latin America and Europe, announces that the government of Colombia has added high and low THC medical cannabis to its list of mandated covered medications for every insurance provider in the country. This change will continue to cement Creon's leadership in leadership position in the Colombian domestic medical cannabis market, leveraged by the company's premium brand and its seed-to-sell medical cannabis clinical model. Okay, so you have to buy weed through this private corporation. In March 2020, Creon became the first licensed producer in Colombia to sell medical cannabis to patients through our wholly owned clinics. Since then, the company has continued to experience double-digit monthly growth and has exceeded more than 57,000 prescriptions sold to date, servicing more than 16,000 individual patients in the country and becoming a category leader in the Colombian medical cannabis industry. This company has a sales presence in Colombia, Peru, Germany, UK, and Brazil, and is positioned to commence sales in Mexico. The company is led by co-founder and chief executive officer Alvaro Torres, together with experience in diverse executive team and board directors. Okay, so this private weed company became the first one in Colombia to have, I guess, exclusive rights to sell its weed to people, and have that covered by insurance, by all insurance companies in Colombia. So, as cool as it is, it's definitely a privatization. Um, and I'm sure you cannot go to your homie uh, and have your weed covered if you buy it from your next door neighbor who's growing it. But a little bit more context, if I could find the article around the weed laws in Colombia. I think I closed out that article. But I believe in Colombia, if I remember correctly, you can have up to like 20 plants. It's basically legal in Colombia. Uh, but I think it's kind of cool. I mean, if this were to happen in the United States, I think this is like the bare minimum that um, Joe Biden can do. Is if he's not going to approve recreational weed, he can at least help corporations sell their own marked up strains, and have that covered by insurance. I think that would be something. Obviously, more profit to corporations and all of that, but this is like the most neoliberal thing that Joe Biden can do in terms of legalizing or getting weed covered in some way, uh, to help patients who need it. PTSD, cancer patients, all these reasons to smoke weed. Um, Maybe they're testing it out in Colombia. I hopefully all of my listeners know that. All right, this whoever commented, please don't click that link. But all my listeners, I'm sure, know that Colombia is one of the neoliberal testing grounds for the United States. So probably just testing out how this will benefit a corporation. And maybe at some point, the Democrats will legalize weed if you buy it through or get it prescribed to you at some point. Very unlikely, but it could happen. Um, so, yeah, let me move on. To the next story on the list, in regards to the United Arab Emirates. I'm going to not show the comments for now. So this story is pretty funny. This is from the New Arab. Um, so the United States Emirates has threatened to jail and fine people who make fun of its anti-COVID measures. So the the United Arab Emirates has threatened to jail people who make fun of its anti-COVID measures after mocking photos and videos appeared online. Federal prosecutors said social media users could be punished under new laws which allow at least 2 years in jail and 200,000 think Arab Emirate dinar, $54,000. So basically, you can get 2 years in jail in the United Arab Emirates and then have to pay a fine of $54,000 for sharing misleading information during a pandemic. The UAE has introduced a number of measures to tackle a wave of Omicron variant cases that have pushed daily COVID numbers to the highest level since March. The warning followed the recent circulation of photos and videos on social media, accompanied by comments and songs mocking the precautionary measures and calling on others to flout them. The Federal Emergency Crisis and Disaster Prosecution said in a statement. The UAE has barred foreign travel for citizens who haven't had a vaccine booster shot. So you cannot leave United Arab Emirates unless you've had your booster shot. The UAE is currently hosting Dubai Expo, the 6-month World Fair that has attracted more than 9 million visits so far, the country reported. So let me see if I can maybe get some samples of some of these memes. Okay, this article doesn't really have any samples, but basically, if you are in the United Arab Emirates, um, don't make any memes mocking the government's measures to tackle COVID. You'll get banned. You'll get put in jail for 2 years and have to pay a $54,000 fine. This is just funny. And, I wonder how they will. I wonder how this is going to happen. Like, if you get reported on social media or something, or you, as a police officer in the United Arab Emirates, going to go and arrest you and fine you. It's not really clear what will happen. It doesn't say, but highly advised that you don't make fun of COVID and the UAE government. I've been to the United Arab Emirates before. It's very weird. When I was there, you couldn't see any videos. All videos like on YouTube were banned. I think that has to do with pornography, or like their fear of like a nip slip on like YouTube or even like Facebook. I couldn't even FaceTime my parents at home when I went in like 2015. Just like video is like blocked. Um, So it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of funny. Like, you can't even share memes, just like making fun of your own government here. Um, I honestly feel like I might be shadow banned because usually I have at least like 2 people in the chat and no one's been in. So I don't know what's going on. probably a shadow ban now on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch where I stream. All right. Well, let's get into kind of like Bay Area shit libs. But I need to start here. So this is a job posting on Twitter's, I guess, what's called careers page, misinformation program manager for North America. It's part of the product team in New York City. But the position, just so everyone understands, I think it's pretty obvious that people are being censored for speaking truth or misinformation, but they're actually hiring people to maintain and curate what's going on. It's their roles. So here's the job for misinformation program manager. Let's see. Twitter is committed to helping users of our product stay informed, inform others, and discuss what matters. We aim to facilitate this effort by ensuring expectations of health, safety, and credibility are met or exceeded. To this end, Twitter Curation has launched a program to identify and elevate credible information. We're looking for a program manager who will supervise all aspects of this program, helping to further develop, implement, and maintain objectives and strategy in order to meet program goals. The program manager will help to identify needs and blockers in the market's curation serves, and work with organizations to develop solutions. So by work with organizations to develop solutions probably means fact checkers, governments. You tell us what you want us to ban, and we will make sure that all these things are censored on our platform. The ideal candidate for this position at Twitter, misinformation manager, has a nonpartisan understanding of Twitter user needs, priorities, and policies around misinformation. Candidates should also have a deep understanding of how misinformation manifests and propagates in international markets and be well versed in detecting and reviewing false narratives. They should also have a proven experience identifying credible sources relating to politics, civil processes, social justice, and public health. Core skills. Okay, let's kind of skip. This role can be remote in the US or located in our New York or San Francisco office. This role involves potential exposure to sensitive or graphic content, including but not limited to vulgar language, violent threats, pornography, and other graphic images. Okay, let me just read this whole job posting. While this role is primarily focused on English content, working proficiency in one or more of the following languages is a plus: Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Arabic, Korean, Tagalog, Tamil, and Hindi. This position is full-time and requires the flexibility to work nights and weekends as needed. Let's see the core skills to be a misinformation program manager at Twitter. Managing multiple stakeholders, identifying opportunities to enhance and expand program initiatives, collaborating across functions to improve processes, products, and services, guiding those that do not report to you, providing easy to understand constructive feedback, overseeing projects from vision to completion, using data to identify the root cause of problems and contribute to broader decision-making, understanding of quality content, effective verbal and written communication, qualifications. Okay, so I'm not going to go over the I should probably go over the responsibilities. Leading all aspects of program workflows for detection, verification, and production with curation and media partners. So being a snitch. Using data findings, developing training resources, and seeking opportunities for ongoing team development. Hey guys, I know how to make us all better snitches. Serving as point of contact for external stakeholders, facilitating ongoing discussions about program challenges and opportunities. Boss, team, they're really going hard on the memes, and we need to stop them. So we're going to create a machine learning algorithm that can identify Fauci memes. Represent creation as a functional specialist across business units, providing guidance with regard to information. Continuous reflection on misinformation, content experience, including retrospectives, analysis, and reporting. Uphold standards. So let's go to the qualifications. Proven experience using Twitter as a content discovery tool. I meet that requirement. Experience with combating false narratives on politics, civil processes, and or public health, preferably at an internet or technology company. So have you been a tech snitch before? Consistent track record of successfully leading multiple functional projects from inception to implementation. Technically, I have that skill. Experience with news gathering tools like TweetDeck, Data Miner for news, etc. is preferred. I don't know what these things are. Experience identifying potential partners, developing proposals, and negotiating terms with stakeholders is a plus. I have that skill. Self-managed and able to prioritize. I can do that too. Maybe I should apply. Should I just apply? I would assume this job is at least 6 figures. I will give you my word that I won't apply. Although it's very tempting. Okay, so why I wanted to start with this job posting here and show that this job posting exists is Twitter is obviously headquartered in the Bay Area in San Francisco on Market Street. And I really want to talk about this, just some shit libs that I always see. Propaganda, how's it going? I have a job for you if you're willing to apply. It's remote. Misinformation program manager at Twitter. We just went over the job posting. I think you might be great for it. So go ahead and apply. I can send you the link. I can drop it in the chat. But I want to go into now from there. I just want to go over like the shit libs here in the Bay Area, and two in particular that I know their hearts are good, guys. I know shit libs deep down have really good hearts. They're just really easily co-opted, and they're scared. They're scared. I know they have good hearts though. They're just misled. I don't know how to get them on the right path, and maybe exposing them might. I was watching the I hope they were good. it seems as though there's a common theme in Latin America propaganda that the lefties are winning, or at least are getting really close, and that's good to see. I know I've been, when I was still technically a shitlib a while ago, I would see that Costa Rica is doing good things around like going green and running on clean energy and stuff like this. I honestly don't know much about Costa Rican politics, and that's really nice. I would love to hear. I would love to watch a stream of yours if you can go over what you learned. That'd be great. Give me the cliff notes. Because well, I want to go to Costa Rica on vacation soon. I don't know what's going on with the COVID there though. If I need to have 17 boosters to go there, or 30 boosters para ir, no sé. That would be sad. Anyways, let me start here. So I'm a frequent person who banner drops, and when I no longer live in the East Bay, which is like I used to live on in Emeryville, which is basically uh, where Berkeley and Oakland meet. It's like an industrial part. I used to live there, and this person, I always see this person signed, and I know exactly which signs they put all the time. And I'm going to show you some of these signs, but I always wanted to know who this was because they put just like the dumbest signs. And again, I know their heart's in the right place. They think they're doing the right thing, but they've chosen to support the Democratic Party and only be anti GOP. So I want to show you some of these signs. One, Patriots stop coups. Patriots stop coups is what this person is saying. I'm not really sure which overpass this is, but it's definitely on the East Bay. Um, Patriots, Patriots do coups. Patriots do coups. They don't stop them. Read the Constitution. We have the right to overthrow our government. That's very patriotic, in my opinion. Let me go to another sign. So again, this is in Berkeley. I've put signs here on this particular thing. I've covered this person's signs with things. I never see this person put a sign about free Assange. I Biden lies, blah blah blah. They always put this sign, and I'll keep looking, but they put like GOP, and then they put like the hammer and sickle a lot, and I just don't understand why they do that. Let's see some of these other like things that they put. January 6th was practice. Truth equals bad, lies equal good. Oh my god, GOP, what the fuck? GOP lies feed fascism. I've literally taken this sign down. They've put this up multiple times. I've covered it up multiple times too. I like to put Democrats plus GOP lies feed fascism. Voting rights, act now, tax the rich. That's like this is a good sign. This is a good sign. I don't mind it. Monopoly guy, but this monopoly guy should look exactly like Joe Biden. Defend truth. I doubt you would. I doubt this person would defend truth. Again, I've never seen this person put anything up about freeing Assange. Good people are all around. Yes, that is true. Truth still matters. Judge Jackson. We'll get through with science and compassion. Lies feed fascism, Fox News. Okay, I've seen this before. Like, why don't you put CNN? Why don't you put NBC? Why don't you put ABC? Defend truth. Again, like, why don't you put Free Assange after that? Build back greener. Okay. Defend democracy. It's been already lost. Like, your sign is too late. Like, all these good signs. I am not going to hate on any of these. Climate action now. Okay. But, like, follow it up with like how the Democrats and cultivate empathy. I'm trying to be empathetic with you. Like, defend truth. Don't forget, January 6th was a right wing attack. Don't forget, this was all planned by the FBI. It's clear that Signs of Democracy creates Signs of Democracy only listens to CNN and NBC. Dismantle white supremacy. That includes Joe. Then that means, not voting for Joe Biden anymore and the Democratic Party. Republicans are destroying our democracy, like Suvisa at Suvisa. Omicron is spreading rapidly. Get vaccinated, get your booster, wear a mask. Never forget January 6th. A sitting US president and the GOP plan to overthrow our government. There is no evidence around that. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm done here. I'm done with this person. But I know who you are now. And please, I beg you, put more signs up that aren't just one-sided. Okay, so let me go to the next thing. So this is very related. Okay, so there's this projection activist who I'll go over his page. But he does a lot of good projections. But again, he they I don't know his pronoun, but they have some bad takes. But this article is about the federal building. So this federal building, this photo here is Nancy Pelosi's office in San Francisco Federal Building. He's always projecting on there, and again, projects very good stuff, but also some just like shitlib stuff as well. But there, as you can see here, there's a bunch of lights, floodlights at the top. They weren't always there. This article kind of describes how the federal government has spent at least almost $6,000 or $5,000 to drown out Trump protester. Resistance to the when was this article? So this is SF Weekly. I'm not sure how old this article is, but originally how I saw it was Shahid Buttar tweeted about it. And so let's just go over it. So resistance to the Trump administration has come in several forms since November 2016, from giant inflatable Trump chickens bouncing around the bay to global women's march and good old mass protests. Alan Marlene is one of many newfound resistance artists finding creative ways to remind everyone about the number of ongoing atrocities currently sanctioned by the federal government. He's done this by using a light projector to shine largely anti-Trump statements related to news that fires him up that day. So this has to be pretty old. 1/29/2020. So this is about 2 years old now. So again, I'll show you his Instagram page where he has lots of the things that he projects. But in July 2019, the upper half of the building facing 7th Street, the federal building, was no longer a reliable canvas. With help of Oakland's First Amendment Project, and this is important, First Amendment Project, remember that Marlene filed a FOIA request that found a federal agency spent at least $5,456 and possibly as much as $15,000 on lights to deter projection on San Francisco's federal building. Again, Nancy Pelosi's office. That area was already well lit, Marlin says. I cannot help but wonder how many thousands of dollars the federal government has spent installing and powering lights on both Mission and 7th that serve no purpose other than suppress my First Amendment rights. Using public space for free speech isn't protected in certain circumstances as long as denial of use is not on the basis of what's being said. Wheaton says this would include the speech method like a projection. Okay, so apparently projections aren't covered under the First Amendment. Anyways, so Alan Marlin is saying that his First Amendment rights are being suppressed on a federal building. He's not allowed to project things such as tried and failed to suppress freedom of speech, pointing at the lights. Let me go to his IG page. Remember how he talks about free speech? Banned at last. Trump banned again. Trump created an alternate account in violation of Twitter's terms of services, and CU Jack did the right thing and banned the Nazi again. Grats Jack on no longer being complicit. Hashtag Twitter. So he's talking about how his First Amendment rights have been suppressed because he can't project on the federal building, but he consistently always is okay with banning people off of Twitter and Facebook. And I just think that's kind of hypocritical. So again, like All Out for Palestine projected on the SF City Hall, all for that. This is a story that doesn't get too much, but um, Mario Gonzalez was a man, I think, with mental health issues, who was killed by Alameda police. And all for this projection, cancel student debt. All for this projection. Feinstein resign or get in line. Like, great projection. Would Twitter ban Hitler? Like, he's talking about in that article, he's all complaining about how the federal government restricted his freedom of speech, but he's asking Twitter to ban Donald Trump. He was always projecting on Twitter HQ to have it done. Um, the white man will try to satisfy us with symbolic victories rather than economic justice and real economic equity and real justice. Quote by Malcolm X. But for the People Act, he's contradicting himself here. Abolish the filibuster. Fake news, real hate. Sha'Carri Richardson, like, you just posted about Malcolm X and you're posting about this when there's so much other things that you can be posting on. Projecting. Um, pass HR1. Trying to suppress democracy. Look at all these things. Democracy is in jeopardy. And then he's advocating for passing HR1, which suppresses democracy in third parties. COVID lies kill. Mystery anti-vax just died. His final tweet compared government advocacy of the vaccine to Nazi Germany. Why is this allowed? So he's just like trying to get people kicked off, but that article is written about him of having his free speech suppressed. Anyways, like primary Newsom, good jobs for all, Sunrise Bay Area. Ooh. Oh, here's a good thing. Corporate sellout Democrats are dead weights on the party. Support Justice Democrats nationally and Daybreak PAC. Justice Dems take. Here's me. Justice Dems take dark money. He wants proof. I say there. FAC Q2 filing. He calls out Robbie Yeager. Labeled the Sunrise Movement as controversial. I don't find fighting for my life against climate crisis to be controversial. They are when they also take dark money and keep environmentalists in the Democratic Party. The Green Party's Green New Deal is what is needed, nothing less. Do you have a better suggestion or not? I literally just offered a better suggestion. Always I always comment to this dude to tell him to stop. Stop promoting the Democratic Party. Anyways, so I mean, a lot of like this is a cool projection. I'm not hating on his projections. I'm just saying I just find that Jack is complicit. Like you can't have an article written about you, how you have your freedom of speech suppressed, and then try to advocate to have others' freedom of speech suppressed, even if you don't like what they're saying, even if they are spreading things like you don't know what the truth is. Party in reality winner. Primary Biden. Here am I right here. If you don't like corrupt Democratic senators, maybe you shouldn't have nominated one to be president. Not only is Joe Biden guilty of obvious stuff like letting Manchin and Sinema blow up his own platform, but also he's drilling for oil like there's no tomorrow. Third parties are the only way out. Need proof. See Latin American elections. Red flag. Anyways, gotten away from the point here, but expel insiders from Congress, January 6th, like Boston. Like, I would say lately, like maybe his mind's changing. I would love to see this dude in the streets and talk to him because he doesn't respond to my messages anymore. But capitalism was more important than you. Oh, here's another thing. Next time, when you have a choice between a nothing will fundamentally change Democrat and a progressive, choose one who will let us live. Joe Biden failed to distribute enough vaccines worldwide to protect the U.S. from variants instead of letting companies maintain their. Again, Mike, I've been posting about this a lot, but the global South doesn't need Western vaccines. Cuba is doing vaccines to the global South because profits aren't important to them. Feds raise the wage, all this stuff. And I comment to this guy, you don't have a choice in the Democratic Party. You rig their primaries. Never reply. Just like stops replying. Let me there. So let me bring up another thing, just to prove this guy wrong about the Democratic Party. You cannot change it. They rig their own primaries. They try to get others taken off the ballots. Justice Democrats are just as bad as normal Democrats. Let me bring up this thing that I found the other day. A Justice Democrat candidate is trying to get another Democrat kicked off of the ballot for the primary. So it's just like if you're still holding on to vote blue no matter who, bruh, yes. If you're not voting blue, I don't know what you're doing. Let me find this little proof that the Justice Democrats are trying to get their own party banned. They're just as corrupt. Justice Democrats, just as corrupt. This is on Twitter. Hold on. I see you. How's it going? Thanks for joining. I'm going to do like one last thing, call out, and then I'm gonna head out. But I'm trying to find. Something. I just prop says I just don't want to vote. I think the information being shared is more important. People need to have the knowledge to take action. Yes, I agree. That's what I do. That's what I try to spend most of my time doing is like telling people to stop voting for the Democratic Party. It's useless. Wasting your time, your money, your energy, your hopes, your dreams. Okay, so I finally found the article I wanted to share. Um, so this this person running for Congress, Tanya Benavides, Benavides, for Congress in Texas, 28th District. It's been a rough Monday, folks. As I stated, voter disenfranchisement has no place in Texas 28 as a fronteriza. My Spanish is kind of bad, but women, I refuse to feed into the polarizing rhetoric. Rather, I invite both. Um, this girl, Jessica Cisneros, and Republican and Representative Henry Cuellar to a debate and let the voters decide who they want to elect. So here's this. Let me try to make this bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me know if you can see this. But anyways, Justice, I think you can see at least the title. I'm not going to go through the details. But Justice Dems candidate Jessica Cisneros attempts to disenfranchise 611 voters by challenging the ballot petition signatures of Democratic candidate Tanya Benavides. So basically, this Justice Democrat, the cream of the crop for the Democratic Party, the Democrats that are going to change the party, that are going to, make the party what it was told it was always, a party for the working class and the small person. This Justice Democrat is trying to get this other Democrat kicked off of the ballot in Texas, stating, again, like rigging primaries, basically. Since for some reason I can't like make it bigger. Basically, she's Jessica Cisneros, the Justice Democrat, the endorsed Justice Democrat, and I'll go to her page right now so you know what she looks like. Submitted a petition to have this challenger, Tanya, kicked off because she basically filled out some wrong forms or something. So very similar to how like Democrats were trying to get the Green Party candidates kicked off the ballots because they submitted forms wrong or something like that. Like something just like small and like doesn't really matter. You got some signatures. Let her be on the ballot. She qualified for it. Just let her be on the ballot. Why are you trying to kick them off? That's like so undemocratic. And just to be called a Justice Democrat and try to get other Democrats kicked off, like I don't understand what it is that you're doing. But being like a fascist. So this is a girl. She's a Justice Democrat, and she's trying to get another Democrat kicked off the ballot. So going back to my point about this projection artist, who is just trying to call out how like Justice Democrats are better, like non-bought corporate free Democrats are better in any way than corporate owned Democrats is just funny. Because as you can see, like this girl's trying to get another Democrat kicked off the ballot. So like why? Why is she trying to get another Democrat kicked off the ballot? Because you want to win, because like the establishment's putting all their coins on this girl, like is she going to be AOC 2.0, Texas AOC? Anyways, Tanya Benavides, is what she looks like. Who looks more I don't know, who's a better face for the Democratic Party in Texas? But I feel for you. I feel sorry that the Justice Democrat is trying to get you kicked off the ballot. It's just unfortunate. You should stop running as a Democrat. That's what I would do. So like, just like everyone knows, if you are using Act Blue, like don't give this girl your money. Don't give anyone your money who's using Act Blue to raise money on their bot. All of that money that you raise on here is going to go fund the establishment Democrats in the long run. But yeah, just like stop running as a Democrat. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to be kicking it out. Let's read some of these comments. Voting is fine, but it only takes one day. The other 364 days should be spent pressuring the system to change by informing others about ways things could be better. These are facts. These are facts. Facts, I see you. Facts people want to put someone in power to think for them so they can hit autopilot and we can sleep. And we cannot sleep in these snakes, not ever. Yeah, 100%. That's what I like. I honestly didn't get like really into voting that much until Bernie Sanders in 2015. I just didn't really care because I kind of knew before. I mean, I always voted like Green Party. I've always voted third party. I only voted for their duopoly candidate one time in 2008. I didn't vote for Obama. I voted for, I forgot who was the Republican. I will admit I voted for the Republican in 2008. I think it was McCain. But I just did it because my parents were voting. They were Republican. They told me to vote for this guy. He would be the best candidate. But my family knew that the Dems are liars, so the other choice was the Republican. But after I went to the ballot box and I saw that there's other candidates, I wondered to myself, why didn't anyone tell me there was other options? Glory Jones, nice to see you. Thank you for coming to my small stream. Just was talking about some shit libs in the Bay Area. If you want to, some banner droppers, some projection artists that I don't have problems with them, but they're definitely shit libs. And you can rewatch this if you want later. But what was I saying? Anyways, yeah, 100% agree with your comment here. Prop will bring it up again. You only need 1 day to vote. The other 364 days should be spent telling people, exposing the two parties, and trying to advocate for other parties, and telling people that it's not a wasted vote, that actually your wasted vote is voting for the duopoly. And, you know, I'm kind of in the camp as everyone else where I kind of feel like it's kind of useless to vote at this point. But, I rather try voting for a third party person than not vote. And if if everyone can get like 10 people to switch from voting for a Democrat to a Republican, um, and get them excited about a third party candidate, I think that'd be very helpful, even though elections are rigged and all of that stuff. I think um, I think seeing a lot of energy for a third party and then having that exposed and seeing like the rigging would be helpful for waking a lot of people up. How well So I try to tell people about what's going on in Latin America and the parties there. The new parties are the ones that are, winning. Like in Mexico, AMLO won. So I try to tell people in Spanish, the Spanish voter who thinks the Democratic Party is the way to go. I try to push them in a direction that you need to choose a third party. Look at what Mexico did, and they can start to understand that. So I've been able to convince my grandparents to vote for a third party candidate. So I will be telling them who to vote for in the next election and telling them all of that. And hopefully, when they go to church, their Spanish speaking church, they can tell more people about this third party candidate that, I can vet for them, because they don't really know. But dang, what's up? Orale, Shadow Band. How are you? Thanks for coming through. I'm about to wrap it up because I'm going to the gym. Um, but yeah, thanks for all the newcomers, guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, vote for this. I'm with you. I'm with you. Um, go to vote though for your local stuff, and then just close your eyes and choose someone other than a Democrat and Republican for the presidential stuff. That is my advice. So thanks, guys. I'll see you guys in the other chats later on. And 100%, 100%. Yeah, thanks. I'll see you guys later.